this. Yeah. There we go. There we go. Put them. And put them. Put them. There we go. Beautiful. 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 Bitches need hey. They do. Okay. So boom boom. And boom boom. And boom boom the star. Okay, here we go. Oh, late at night. It's like 1 something in the morning, 1:39. You late the chambers. Oh my god. Yeah. So, the King Stalkers were making fun of me for drinking water in my last video, and it's crazy, but I was just like, hey, if anybody knows anything about sucking and putting their mouth to something, you know, it's them. So you showed me. But I also caught them in 3D, like in a screenshot in a thread as they not misdirected, actually the person who deserved the heat deserved it. The person who was targeted for that heat was, I think it was appropriate because that person is truly a heinous bully. But it's, society is having this situation where they have this misdirected hate and anger. I become the totem. United States of America is making money, a profit, exploiting me, because they've made a totem for misdirected anger and hate. People are really benefiting. It's not even benefiting, but it's people are being temporarily emotionally fulfilled by targeting me to just throw unnecessary hate at me. They wouldn't do it to my face. They would, like, not one person. I've not seen not one person do it to my fucking face. Everybody has literally done it from the safety of their little fucking cubicles, passive aggressively, super out loud, but not to my face. Not standing next to me. Somebody really had the audacity when I remember I had like at some lunch. It was salmon. And so I was like, oh, do you smell fried chicken? And then they went to the kitchen and I walk right next to them. This close. Like, do you want to repeat that? Like, literally, like, you have your opportunity to, like, did you want to investigate that? There's like literally 2 black people. There's a black person next to you, and then there's an African person behind me. So I'm just like, what's going on here? There's just, you know, it's obviously not something that, you know, you forgive, you just like move past, but I had to acknowledge it. And I did acknowledge it that day or the day preceding it, but it was just like I mentioned it. And it's funny because the dean, it's funny because somebody had asked me, was everything okay? And I was just like, things are so and so, basically, because, you know, nothing has changed. Nothing has changed. You put a statue in front of a building, and it's supposed to be, it's a lot of performative stuff, but, you know, it's my situation isn't really towards that, because people seem to be acclimating and changing their character, and I don't hold it against people. Let's see. I remember it, but I'm not gonna hold people against them changing for the better. Like, that's something that's, you know, that's what we all need. And yeah, I'm telling you, being being compassionate and being able to be, open-minded and able to, balance things really gives people this stupid kind of idea where it's like, oh, okay, so this person is very, fair minded or something like that to that extent. And so they're thinking like, oh, okay, well, this person is going to be cool and gravy with me mistreating them. No, 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 the fuck you won't. Which is why you've never done any of that negative ass shit to my fucking face. You always had to do it on fucking line because I am the person that's literally going to tell you to your face, to your fucking face. I'm just like, yo, like once I establish like the energy has literally taken it too far, I'm literally trying to see exactly like, okay, so what's going on here? What's going on here? Like where do you wanna take this? I do have patience, but it's just like where do you wanna fucking take this? Um African American people, relatives, literally was just like, okay, look, we are going to give you this person. We're gonna make fun of this person. We're gonna allow you to do this, that, here, and that third to this person in order for you to have benefits. Now it can be, and the government was like, cool, because they bandwagon off of that. These are people in their 30s, 40s, and up that think that they have to bully a person who's not done anything to them, and not just done anything to them, but has not done anything to anyone in any type of like harm or malicious way. Um, to be toxic to have negative emotions and feelings to make unnecessary critical remarks and this, that, here, and the third. Now, people think that it's okay because they do that every day to celebrities, though. But I am just a literally Joe Schmo kind of person, who has to like fund everything herself. Um, this is literally a repeat in history. You've picked somebody, and this is a person of color. I guess because it was very easy for you because historically repetitive, but you chose a black person to harm, um and it was just like it's not even for anything that I've done. You just picked me. You've picked me as a totem to maliciously harm the military, the government, and society, people off the street, people in the world. I've seen content passively regarding me, from like India. People speak to me, in Africa, Asia, and around me they just pretend like, oh, they don't know what I'm talking about. They pretend that they look away, or they do a lot of passive aggressive shit. Like they don't say it to my face. They wait till I walk away. Or they have to say it, in a triangulating way. But they never say it to my fucking face. It's very cowardly. It's very cowardly. How are you so big and bad if you have to say it like, from how many feet away? I'm the kind of person like so crazy because I am the kind of person that would do something in the daylight to you. I'm the person, and I am the kind of because I've done those things. I've hit you. Like I haven't hit everybody, obviously though, but I've hit people in broad fucking daylight. I don't care where you are. You come to me in a certain type of way that's really disrespectful and that threatens my livelihood. Yes, I will put my hands on you, fucking faster than a fuck y'all than lightning. Um. So yeah, like basically the other day, a few days ago, I seen the black people. It like a cancer. It spread towards people I don't even know, strangers that are black people. Some celebrities. Like I said, some. Yes, even your favorite girl, Lizzo. It's crazy how you can be able to. It's crazy on how you're able to try to make excuses or preserve the identity and characteristics of a woman's body shape while trying to downgrade mine, and also dismiss, ignore, and negate your involved not negate, but dismiss and ignore your own involvement in regards to my livelihood and my well-being. That's very careless, irresponsible. It's a total disregard of, my and your future. It really is, because here's a hindsight. The people who you are sucking up to, these are the people who literally told you to go to this link in order to support this fund or this charity or whatever crisis is going on at the moment. Not once, as you're kissing their ass, not once. I mean, have you seen? Like, I had to mention it before, and then they started putting some money towards, like, crisis and stuff like that, or they've done singing, or they've done something in order, like, okay, well, all these funds are going to go towards um Joe Schmo, la la la. But I'm just saying, like, and I'm not just calling out that artist in particular, but I'm just saying, like, there are people out there, society influences in there, and this, that, here, and the third. Like, look here. You're in a position to instruct others to be, hopefully, better than what they are, or at least what they aspire to be. Because not everybody's always happy all the time, and not everybody's always, and everybody should always want to have some type of growth, mentally and physically, or whatever, socially. But if you want to try to stagnate people, be an emotional anchor, a deficit, and you want to really be a huge flaw to the identity of a group, well, mission accomplished. Because you guys hold that with such high esteem, when really you're just, you are the nigga of the day that's on the stage, that they get to laugh at later, in blackface. And you think that, people are laughing with you, but they're laughing at you. And you think that in a position where you get to watch me 24/7 without my permission, that you are safe. Like, maybe because this shit is obviously so expensive, they're not going to do it to everybody when it comes to, voyeurism. But you can be picked out, secretly, by certain groups, and be in the same predicament as, I don't know, those unfortunate people that were randomly hit in a car accident into that gas station. Like, you can be a a casualty, and I'm pretty sure they have done that. They've made casualties um, from just regular people. You think that you're safe, but you're somebody's private Truman, and your life is not as important because your life hasn't done. I don't even know why I really don't know why I'm here. I really don't. But it's just like, your life isn't your life hasn't been made a totem, I guess, because of the strength or whatever, and but your life hasn't been made a totem, so your life is more expendable. You're able to get rid of easier. It's just a freak accident. And because I'm talking so much, and becoming more hip to exactly what's going on, and I do not consent to the voyeurism, not being this free ass involuntary servitude, the free labor, and all the other kind of shit. They don't like that. They're like, okay, well, she's talking too much. They don't like a talking woman. They don't like a talkative person, period. From Snowden, you don't have to be. It's just it's not gender related, but from like a guy, a woman, from Snowden to me, you will not, you will not see somebody. You will not see the military or the government or anybody be comfortable. Not even a person on the street will like to be told exactly like about their flaws. This is why they'll be like, that's why they're always like, oh, always think, we don't like the thoughts that you're thinking. And it's just like, well, I don't like the behavior that you're enacting. So both of us are gonna be fucking disappointed because you started this and you can stop it. I shouldn't have to stress myself and try to affect my own mentality and health because 24/7 hour 24/7 you want me to be your fucking customer service representative with a smiley face. I will not give you that. I will not give you that. You know how there's quiet quitting or there's just there's a quiet life. It's called gray rocking. Like this. My thinking is my firewall because all I have to do is just keep thinking about like exactly the disgusting habits um, of people. It's basically being reality. I'm in the present. Okay, I'm people are like yo, be in the present. I am in the present. I am in the present. As many times as you fucking lie to me about okay, what's supposed to be happening in the future, I don't have to think about the future because that's just hope is honestly used as a gimmick in order to try to it's called future faking. It's a manipulative tactic in order to get people what you want them to do. Think of it in terms of like a man wanting to marry a woman, no, excuse me, a woman wanting to get married and a man saying, hey baby, if you give me what I want first. He's not gonna really say these things, but he's just like basically, if you give me what I want first, I will marry you. It's just not it's but it's or like it's basically serving in a way where it's like, I will possibly marry you if you give me what I want. It's really funny because I always see this shit because my dad was a womanizer. I don't know if he still is because I mean honestly, once I cut him off, it's like fuck that nigga. Which is why I have more maturity than all the people that have been watching me and negating or like trying to harass me because it's like yo, whoever doesn't serve um my highest good. And yes, I can say that if I am doing well out there in the real world, I get to choose exactly who I want to have in my life, in my personal circle. So if these people aren't serving, yes, if these people in my circle aren't serving my highest good because reciprocity works, I believe in that heavily. I'm hoping that I can serve your highest good. You feel me? Or like I'm not trying to be an anchor to you. And therefore I don't want you to be an anchor to me. Okay. That is the thing about a village. Like we all have a place. We all have a responsibility. We all have a fucking role. Um, so yeah, like if you're not serving my highest good, then you need to get the fuck away from me. Okay. Everybody has a certain type of role. Like I'm not saying like you have to be something that's supposed to be, a tool utilized and all that stuff, like, for forever, every day and stuff like that. No, 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 no. I'm just saying like you can be an emotional person to and then again reciprocity because you're not going to be the person who's always going to be carrying the load. You feel me? Like we're all going to carry the load. That is the thing about being, I feel, a good community. uh so yeah, I'm just doing this as a voiceover because I have crossed the point of talking to people because they don't have any, they don't have any accountability. They don't have any kind of accountability, and they lack comprehension skills. Like they can identify it towards other people, especially towards a celebrity, but they can't identify it for their fucking selves. They can't identify it for their fucking selves. They refuse to. There's something literally in their subconscious that makes them immediately, disconnect when it comes to me. And that's why I say like, yo, this is definitely a repeat in fucking in modern history because somehow there were people back in the day that were okay with having slaves and treating them unfairly and unjustly. Like you look at a slave and you're just like, this is not a person. These people don't feel. These people are, this, that, here, and the third. And that's another thing. So when you're being mean to me, subconsciously people are going to be like, okay, yeah, this is the fucking totem. But when I don't do what they say and this, that, here, and the third, and it's just like, eventually people start taking, an inch and a mile because that's how it all started out. Anyway, an inch and a mile. You put a camera in my home and you just wanted to see how you can fuck with it. Um, Somebody who I grew up with decided to, oh, instead of people starting to bully me, I'm gonna bully my own friend who's been nothing but kind and genuine and sweet to me. In order to have them back off. And this is from her perspective. This is basically from her perspective. She's just like, okay, well, Shalise is the person who's so kind, forgiving, and like back in the day I was, but it was because like it was based on the offense. Ever since I found out about this, no. No, no, no. I don't forgive. I will never forgive. This is never a forgiving situation. Every single time when somebody says like, "Oh, like you forgave them," no, absolutely not. Actually, I wouldn't even say that this is a forgiving situation. No, this isn't a forgiving situation, but I wouldn't say that I forgave people because I've never said, oh, I've never said, because I've never said the words. I've just moved past it. But people always have gotten their comeuppance, which is, it's just a good thing. So, yeah, I wouldn't even say back then I forgave people. And I don't forgive, especially moving forward. I don't think I'll forgive anybody anymore. Like you really need to tread carefully with me. You really do. Um, like I've always been the kind of person that can just, like move forward. Like, okay. Just like I said, like it would work. Like I don't forgive these people, but like we're moving forward. We're moving forward. That doesn't mean I forgive you. It's not even a forgive and forget. It's just like, oh no. No, because mm. Again, I'm just a person who can just move forward. Um, but it's not forgiving. Do you think that the Jews forgave the Pharaoh when they moved out of Egypt? Absolutely not. Do you think that the Jews forgave Hitler when they got out of the Holocaust? Absolutely not. Do you think blacks forgave the officers that had murdered Floyd, or had finally got arrested and stuff like that? Absolutely not. I'm saying absolutely not. You just move past, like, yo, you don't move past it, but like you move forward. You're not forgiving people, but you're moving forward. And if you ever confuse the two, then that's really just that's on you. But if you were to mention it to any of these people, they'd be like, "Oh, hold up, no, that wasn't forgiveness." So yeah, no, I don't think I ever said. I know I don't say the words. Ugh, no, I don't say the words. I just move forward. I move forward, and yeah. So it's so stupid. So there's black people literally out there that are participants in harming and harassing me. And then they wonder why. Well, why are people being racist? Like I was doing the research, and the increase in violence onto black people had increased once. You know, it increased like 5-6 years ago. Yeah, and that was around a time when it became more mainstream about my voyeurism, because people basically had the world had their own little totem, nigga, their thing, in order to um, feel like they had power over it. Now there's many different types of people out there who have a really mental unwellness, like not just something like ADHD or something like something seriously wrong with them. There's a chord that is not plugged. This cord that is not plugged that needs to be plugged, for them to be okay with thinking that it's suitable to start making negative comments in a group chat and start taking that shit offline to a stranger. Oh, but it's okay because there's other black people that are hurting her. So it should be okay. And for whatever you're doing, I hope that you're going to sleep. Hey, like can you imagine? That is so insane. So yeah, so going back to that, it was just like, oh yeah, like I have a friend. This is basically how the friend who is headlining all the abuse. She's just like, oh yeah, I have a friend who I was who's very good to me because I was woman bad. Still bad. Okay. Okay, so again, I'm using this as a voiceover because I'm not even trying to like appeal to anybody. People learn, and sometimes they have to learn, the hard lesson, the hard way. So, um, my thing is having to deal with these people offline. You got people like this thinking they're like this tall, thinking, oh, okay, yeah, so I get to like, have private group chats and stuff like that, with celebrities and influencers and this, that, here, and the third to make fun of somebody. I'm gonna get my likes. I'm gonna get my attention. I'm probably even gonna get compensation. I'm gonna get this, that, here, and the third. Just a whole bunch of bullshit. People just think that they're as tall or they make as much money as this, and probably think that, okay, well, if I'm able to like associate myself with these people, then I myself can become as rich as these people. So you want to promote yourself socially from field nigga to big house owner, um, by picking on and trying to harm and harass someone that hasn't done you, them, or anybody else any harm. That's what you're telling me. And so by doing so, you go even further by exaggerating over just the tiniest shit, holding me under a microscope. Because first of all, I shouldn't even be under a microscope to begin with. I had mentioned before that you guys thought it was comfortable because two other people are under the, or how many, two, three, how many of other people are being watched, but they're getting paid for it. They're getting compensation. That's the difference. Um, what I'm going through is human trafficking. It's like, how are you not able to comprehend what type of intelligence do you lack? Who should listen to you then if you can't even like distinguish basic identity shit? I don't. I don't. This is crazy because I'm just like, yo, if the government is supposed to honestly, the government is really supposed to be respected and feared, but I'm just like, who can fear and respect you in the military? Government and military is just be respected and feared because at one point, I respected them to such high esteem that it was just like, yes, like definitely. But it was just like, to what point if you're making somebody who's really fucking low vibrational and trying to compete with me, like how am the person who's trying to copycat me, not trying to, the person who's copycatting me, the person who's trying to put down my character and this, that, and the third with their groups, I don't respect them. Damn sure don't fear them. So how or why should I have or extend the same type of courtesy to you when you've already shown me exactly how far you'll go in order for my own safety? But you can't even, keep your bitch on a leash. And I'm talking about the people that are literally talking about me. Like, okay, it's like you've seen how valuable I am, but yet you're allowing your bitches to still bark and try to attack me because you yourself are really fucking mentally ill. You've gotten pretty people when to suck your dick, to sleep with you, but it's only because they wanted the money. It's only because they wanted the social climb. It's not because you're amazing. It's not because you're valuable. It's no, you yourself are targets yourselves. Not to start. Don't make yourself a victim. No, because you guys have been seriously very abusive. But like the people who are still pursuing and still have claw marks in order to harass and abuse me are people who are being, you're used yourself. And it's like you don't care because you're using other people too. And whatever floats your boat. But my point is do no harm. Do no harm. Do no real harm. Like do nothing that hurts the livelihood, well-being, and safety of others. But also take no shit. And that's always been my thing. So I don't like it when you approach me in any type of way that's untoward because I have every right to act accordingly, and I do. Lately, I've just been taking notes. I've been taking like a lot of mental notes. I'm just like, oh, okay. I really do. I just take a lot of notes, and boy, because it has to rack up so that way I can put some things down. Um, yeah, yeah. It's been over 10 years that people have been watching me without my permission, but I noticed an increase in a lot of challenges and obstacles in my life um, that I recently found out were man-made. Once Obama was in the White House, once Obama was elected president, and it was because this abuse. So basically, it's like this. When Black people were able to make me a totem and started getting all these favors and advantages and this, that, here, and the third. And they were just like, "Whoa! Like this is what happens if we use a person to harm. If we but they don't even think of it like, oh yeah, we were just repeating history. If we don't look at it like that, then it's okay." And I'm like, bitch, how is it okay? Like however you look at it, this is what's literally happening. And you're influencing political leaders and such and people off the streets to take it upon themselves to treat Black people any old type of way. Because a lot of the shit that you guys are doing in the group chats and secretly are being repeated privately um, in their own personal lives. And it's insane because you're hurting other Black people. you're hurting, even black people are hurting other black people using the same tactics, and it's very disgusting. I was what was it? It was like around the ninth or the 10th. I was like really in my feelings. I was really in my feelings. Because I spent my entire life. My mom was like is lighter than me, and the people who happen to harm me are darker than me. So I was just like, it's just really crazy because since I was a child, I've done nothing but like exalt blackness in a way because we are the voice that is deserving of being heard. Like yo, like what have we? Mm, no one needs to tell me. I don't know why or how I was always so like outspoken and the kind of person who wanted to be um Miss I have a dream and stuff like that. But I just wanted to do it. I just wanted to do it. But I don't consider myself a leader, even though people have literally it's not that I don't consider myself a leader, and especially like in my own life, but it's just like I never wanted to go for that role. I wanted to go for that role. I wanted to, I wanted to help because I was like, yo, see me, feeling me. Like people, certain groups are being hurt, and then always in the back of my head, whenever I looked at stuff, I used to be like, I used to think of stuff like on behalf of like the people that were probably observing. They'd be like, oh, I don't care, and I'm like, well, I care. Like you'll see somebody be like, oh, to look at something, I'm like, oh, I don't care, and I just think, I care, I care. Like I really care. Like genuinely care. Um, so I did something about it, you know. Cookie sales, like go to the corner store, rack up money, and I'd either use it for I would use money. It was so funny and so cute. Um, a child, elementary school, I shit you not, like second grade, first grade. Saving up money because I would doodle on like line paper, like little drawings for people, and I would like flip it and buy money at the and buy money and buy candy at the store and then hike up that price so I can sell it back at school. And I'd use part of the proceeds for like my own little thing. Either it's for because toys and stuff like that I used to get easy because back in the day, like I was spoiled. But I use some of that money for things like, for like charity or for giving it to somebody who I thought would need it. It was small, but I was just like, yeah, like it was nice. It would be like, a couple dollars here, a couple of dollars there. So yeah, I always had that business minded aspect, even at elementary school, because my uncle he used to work on Wall Street, and which is insane because the story supposedly was that I don't know, there's so many stories, made up stories about me, so it's just like whatever. It That's not my focus about whatever rumor right now. It is not entirely my focus, especially considering that the person who I helped was poor, dirt poor, smelled so wild and crazy. But there was a person who approached me, and I never had like I never was identified with a best friend. I had cousins who were like was always close to, and siblings and this that here and the third. But somebody had approached me and was just like, oh, like be my best friend, and they had called me all these names first. It was like best friend, sister, twinsies, all that other shit first, and then I was like, okay, well then I will just act in that role. Not knowing that this person would literally try to take over my life verbatim and disrupt my whole entire family. So it's really off-putting and disgusting. So that's why I don't. I'm even trying to like further my way away from that too, because that is just it's vile. That person literally just wants to always have a connection with me, and I'm just like, no, no, we're not friends anymore. We're not friends anymore. I've literally uh put your name. We're not friends anymore. I literally put your name in a police report. So therefore, I don't want anything to do with you. Like I don't talk to you. I don't call you. Again, yeah, your name is in the police report. Like I'm pressing charges because you are You have no place. You have no place and you have no say to talk about my life or to try to think that you are a part of anything I'm doing in the future or presently. You will literally have to only talk about my past, but keep it correct because so far a lot of the shit that I'm hearing are fucking lies. So and you can't even keep up with that. So like you know that you can't come you know that you can't come back over here. You know that you can't come back over here. I will never want you back over here. You will never be forgiven. You will never be, when it comes to family members and when it comes to people who I consider, friends, like yo, you've crossed a line. You feel me? There is more leniency to fucking strangers. I won't even say certain. I mean certain, just strangers or people who I dated. But even then, it's just like no. It's like okay, we just move forward, but I don't have to have you in my life. Like you feel me? But when it comes to people who were actually close to me, you should have known better because we had an establishment, we had a connection. When it comes to family, like yo, there is a certain type of bond or the certain type of like privileges that I give to you that I don't give to other people. There's certain type of like you go the extra mile for you support, you help, um, you give money to, and these are all things that I've done to these people, especially the person who right now is like talking me to like and dragging the hell out of me behind my fucking back, but never to my fucking face. So it's like you've had those privileges, so don't ever think that you can try to talk or say anything in order for you to get those privileges back. You feel me? Like you should have known the fuck better. In fact, you did know better, and yet you still chose to do what you did. And when people are trying to compare me to them or trying to minimize my situation to a basic situation that they're going through or that somebody else is going through, I'm not showing any grace to that. I'm not showing any grace to that because um, people have community. You can still go out there. I've already said this. People can already go out there and find anybody on the street and have a connection. My entire being is being held hostage by people who have a power complex and just regular people on the street. The fact that you can't even, it's just, I don't have the degrees. I don't have the hours put in at school, but I have the intelligence to know that it is in no way correct for you to try to take over, be possessive and obsessive over somebody's life, especially a grown person that you don't even support. um, I'm more intelligent than apparently any piece of paper because I can verify that. Excuse me. Something that's populated on my screen. Verifying. Hold on. Let me just do a little screenshot because. Excellent. Okay, there we go. Nothing this means a firewall or something like that. So we're just gonna be in. Awesome. Um, yeah. I don't know. It's just saying. Cause I can talk on end. I really can. If you give me a good topic, to talk about, then I can just go. I would say pardon me if I didn't drink this correctly. It was just so funny. I mean, it's like yo, like how are you gonna try to tell somebody like how to drink and like how to make fun of them. It's so funny. All that dick sucking that you guys do. I mean, clearly, you must be the expert. You know, guys suck so much fucking dick. I'm like, yo. First thing I thought of when I saw it, I was just like, how are you like, bruh? Come fucking correct. Another thing that this has done is really made people it's just so off-putting. Like you're comparing me to something that that you are, just a regular person out on the street. And it's crazy because I'm a regular person that's out on the street, but I'm being surveilled, mocked, harassed. People are physically doing stuff to affect me and my health. I have bruises on my legs because of poisonings, reactions to poisonings. And the black people who have participated with this and are making fun of this as if it's okay are saying, "Oh, this it's a beer belly" or something like that, and they've been putting, like diarrhea tablets or something like that, laxatives and stuff like that in my drinks or in my foods, and they just laugh about it. Like you've literally made, it's a totem. And if no people, if people don't really know what a totem is, it's just like you take an object and you do with it what you will. You can worship it. You can you can pray to it. You can harass it. You can sexualize it. You can nurture it. Whatever it is that you want to do, that is your totem. That is your point of contact for whatever it is that you want to do emotionally and physically, to something. And that's what you guys have done to me, and you make money profit off of it. uh, I'm just wondering exactly the parts about how people, because it's been 10 years, so some people are can like, I'm seeing firsthand on how people are not able to. It's so weird. I look in the history books because it's not unfounded and it's not weird for people to, because I read letters in history of people writing their opinions on what they thought of slavery, and how they thought it was cruel and unjust, the abuse tactics, this, that, here, and the third. And I want us to know, how are our ancestors and how are your ancestors able to distinguish something that you can't? Are able to finally give up something because it serves, it's for the general well-being of others, of everyone, to not treat a person in this type of degrading and abusive manner. Your ancestors, a lot of it was basically, it was enough ancestors, enough people to say no to slavery. It took a very long fucking time, and obviously I don't have centuries. I'm just a regular person. And also I've been ostracized. So it's not like I'm a slave amongst other people who are in the same exact boat that I am, who I get to talk to. No, that's the thing about, slavery. And the people who are online telling me about, like, oh, like, they're going through the same thing too. And I'm like, are you being really voyeur and stuff like that? Because I don't see it. Like, you can tell me it may be a similarity, but are we still going through the same thing? It's almost like, house nigga, field nigga kind of situation. It's really like, okay, you're or it's field nigga and you are a black store clerk who has, more rights, but you're still being, judged for your skin, and it's still dangerous for you too. Like I don't dismiss any of those. I really don't. It's just that it would be nice to actually have somebody who can understand me entirely, because this is all complete isolation and being ostracized. And people who don't want to be told about the repercussions and the effects of what's happened because of their greed, those people really disgust me, because it's just like, no, you need to understand exactly what the fuck is going on and what happened at your hands. I understand that, I've moved, like I said, I can move past what you've done, because like I can move past on your involvement, because you've seen the light, and you're moving accordingly, in which you're no longer trying to abuse me, because in hindsight I'm always thinking about the bigger picture here. I'm just like, yo, this is gonna fuck us all up. It's gonna fuck us all up. Oh, and that's the I was saying, like, yes, because like since I was a kid, I was always being the humanitarian. So it was just like I just wanted to help be a voice, be an added voice, not just be a voice. That's the thing. That's what I was saying. Like, yo, I never went for the role of a leader, because I always just wanted to be a part, or I wanted to spark the conversation of the elephant in the room. There are people that honestly like need help. And I was like, yo, why aren't we helping them? Why aren't we doing something about it? Why is this? And they'd be like, oh, like there's excuses. And I'm like, I don't want to hear excuses. Like, I just want to do something. That sounds very Aries. That sounds very Aries. So I just want to do something. And so I did it. So I did it. Oh, Leela. Yo, just that's crazy. Ah, ah. It's crazy. Crazy. Oh my gosh. I'm done. I'm so done with the world. Just like toss my hands up, like, and to the point where I'm just like I'm not as open and affectionate, because it's not a safe place to be. It's not a safe place to do that. It's not. And you got these love and light idiots. Oh my goodness, it's insane. I'm over here thinking. I heard a violent cough, and I'm just like, first thing I think of is Leland, her manly ways, and then I'm hearing, and then I'm thinking outside. I It's a weird cough, but it's coming from outside. Anyway, yeah, it's just not a safe space for me to do that. It's not a safe space. For what it's worth, I do appreciate people gravitating towards a more like nicer type of language and attitude and this that here and the third, because yeah, I'm like, yo, this is unjust. Like, for what reason? Do you understand that any single time when you try to make an excuse to talk about me or degrade my character, it's literally because of the involvement and your participation and what you were doing behind my back. Like, you were just like, oh yeah, like I had ha ha ha, yeah, like you did this, serve food or something like that. You're causing her all this stress. Yeah, eventually, and by myself, like it really does a number on people, and a lot of people are okay with that because it provided them money, it provided them movies, songs, and this, that, here, and the third. Trips, some people sex and cars and this that. Basically, just a lot of 3D material shit, and at my expense, as I worked two jobs that you guys were making fun of, as my body was reacting in the natural way that it reacts when it's been subjected to abuse and emotional verbal, emotional, financial abuse, and physical abuse offline. So, like, bruh, like, there's It's just wild. It's just wild. And if people are like, "Oh, like it's still no big deal," I'm just like, the holidays are right around the corner, and I'm pretty sure a lot of you people don't even like your roommates or don't even like family members, and you really wish that you don't see them during certain type of holidays, but like oh, they're just gonna pop up, and then you'll be reminded. And yet somehow some of you still forget that what you are going through is something that you are trying to make me go through. Isn't that some shit? Like, this is you. This is your uncle, mom, whoever. And they're just, knocking you down. And some of you like cut them off or whatever like that. But during the holidays, you see them and you knock them down. And then you see me, you rush to knock me down. I don't know you. I haven't done anything to you. And if we had met like face to face, I'm like, yo, is there anything that you want to say? You probably like you want to say anything, but it's just like, yo, you want to knock me down. I am that totem. This is the misdirect. This is that misdirected that misdirected anger. And it's not just me that has been affected. It's me, my cats, and then offline there have been like other black people. Like there's literally, I shit you not, some of the people in the group chats they may have a black avatar, or whatever, but some of those people are not black. Some of those people are literally using that as a way to hide their true identity and racism and prejudice and of some kind, where whether it's social class or anything, and they're just in either way that should be very alarming. I've been helping, like I said, I it took me a while to just kind of untether, because it's been over 30 years, so I had to like really untether the whole little girl. No, I know she's doing something bad. I know it. I've had her for such a long time. She's doing something bad. I just know it. I just know it. I just know it. I just know it. It's just like, yeah. Like, yo. You know what? I'm so tired of shit. Girl, it's like, hold on. Because she's annoying. It's like, yo, she just be doing the most. I'm like, yo, quit the shits. Quit the shits. Okay. She's annoying. So, all right. It's been over an hour, and I really didn't want to go over that long. I was surprised when I went at 30 minutes, because I think like I really just made my point then and there. But yeah, like I don't even want to do like the long videos or like the conversations. Like I will be discussing some things. I will be discussing some things still, but I'm even drawing away from that, because it's just me at this point, and trying to compare me to a regular trying to compare me to a regular person, and then also trying to like dismiss that's my situation. or minimize it to a standard situation, and it's just wild, bro. It's really wild. Oh, okay, no. So I was saying, it's insane that there's literally like non-blacks that have an avatar of a black person in order to make it seem like it's cool or whatever like that. Um, to me, while they express racism and help push along their hate and anger, I know that they were like literally overjoyed. They were just like, you know what, grandpappy, you know what, great 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 grandpappy, not even great great great, just not great 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 great, great, but like great 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 grandpappy or great 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 grandpappy, like yo, we've made it. We finally got ourselves a nigger. Like yeah, I am pretty sure they were just like yeah, like drinking their whiskey, their hooch or something like that. They were just like so much of it. Like yo, we got it, we got one. I was like the legacy continues, grand, great, 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 happy. There's just somebody out there that was just like like not just somebody. There was like a bunch of people that were overjoyed because they got to reenact slavery in modern times, especially to a black person. It was like, oh, I see it now. I see why it was just so awesome. I see why it was just so amazing. And I see now why um I see all the benefits, you know, and I can't let it go. It's just think about all the good stuff that you've done as a slave. Just think about all the great stuff that's happened for the world, for us all. And as in the ignorance, as people are saying this, is repulsive because these are the same kind of situations people were saying back then. But then they also eventually saw how inhumane it was to treat humans like shit and like nothing. Which how many people are doing? Hey everybody. Mm, hey. Hi. Hold on. Hi. 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 So cute. Hi. You feel good? Yeah. You feel good? Yeah. You're so cute. Fine. Hey, baby. Hi. Baby. Hey, work with me. Work with me. Boop, 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 boop. This is so funny. Hold on. Tell me. Ooh, look at that. You see those eyes? It's so crazy. He's part owl. He's part barnyard owl. Hey, baby. He's like, oh my gosh, he's just like, just stop me. Oh, those big old eyes. Oops, so sorry, Mama. Hey, baby. So cute. Hi, baby. Those big old eyes. So cutie pie. Okay. All right, my little owl. My little barnyard owl. Thank you, baby. Yeah. This little paws. Oh, he's so adorable, bro. Thank you, sis. So cutie pie. Oh my gosh. Guys, I love my chantillies. I really do. They're so good. Ooh. Here we go. Go sheep sheep. Pardon me. Okay, yeah, he had a hard life. So I'm really like taken to him. This is before I even knew that I was being boyered and all this other kind of shit. But I got him as a partner for Leela. And oh my goodness, chantillies. Baby boy, come on, go. Go over there. Go over there. They're very clingy. And he hasn't been as like he's normally not the clingy one, but like yeah, he's feeling a lot more clingy lately. Oh shit. I'm so sorry. Okay, all right. Bye. Bye. Yeah, either hop back on the bed. Bye. Okay, all right. He's like, no, no, I'm not gonna go to bed. All right, so he ran away. Dinner is served. It's gonna. It just really feels like one of those things, like in the drawing room. Dinner is served. Um, yeah. I kept referring to like the black people that have because ah, I just there are it's crazy. There are black people that are actually speaking up for me, and I'm very grateful for that. I really am. It's crazy that you have to tell some people that hey, this is wrong. But Sebastian, no, go away. Um, this is insane. It's really insane. I mean, we've gotten different type of people. I mean, you've gotten your racist people. You've gotten people who literally just like to bully and attack others. So you're not when you think that you're overwhelmed or there's like an influx or a large number of people that are gung ho to criticize me. Oh, that's what I always just keep in my head. It's just like these are the people that have not only deep insecurities but deep hatred and deep prejudice. And I'm fighting like 10 years of people that I've like gotten on this. And there's like how many people on this planet? Billions of people. So there's an alarming amount of people who are racist, prejudiced, have power complexes, whatever disadvantage and um, mental disturbances and biases that people had back in the day are being repeated. So don't think that this is a losing battle when you speak up for me. It's just, and again, I thank you so much for those who do. It's just that this is who you are fighting against. So that's why I'm not doing those videos. Like I've never done the videos to appeal to the hearts of the people who are harassing me and harming me. I did make videos, not all videos, but I did make some videos because I'm thinking, oh, okay, well maybe this is a misunderstanding. But the only thing that was a misunderstanding was my misunderstanding of people's true intentions. Like forget what you see, forget what you see them post, forget what you see them, as far as like pictures and their mannerisms or what they quote or what they say. A lot of these people have secret lives where they want to, execute a lot of dangerous and harmful shit to people. Like if they can get away with it, they will literally take it really far. It's like that movie, The Purge. Like a lot of people have the double lives where they were given the advantage. They would do a lot of harmful shit. But I'm just it's it's crazy. It only took one country, the United States, to be like, okay, no, we're gonna stop this. And they were feeling flack too. I'm talking about the United States back then. I'm not talking about the United States now because the United States now are just like really, there's it's just a lot of cowardice. It's a lot of cowardice. A lot of deflection, because there's some time when I discuss this, or anytime when the people are in an uproar, or there's enough people that's talking about this, all of a sudden the media wants to throw it out. Oh, look at this tragedy that's going on in a third world country, or this out here in the third, which is still important, but there's matters at home that needs to be addressed. You feel me? I had mentioned this, I think, on a small video on my phone that I didn't put out yet. It's like you have an entirely messy house that needs tending to, but you'd rather focus on your neighbor's garbage can that is spilled out a lot of garbage. And of course, yes, it's something that's it's very nice of you to do. It's something that's important too because you don't want to invite or attract certain type of critters and stuff like that. More onto your property because it's a conjoined house. But at the same time, do not forget the the fire that's in your house. Basically, the thing that really needs consulting, the trash and all this other kind of stuff that you need to get rid of in your own home. And that's literally what media and politicians and such do, and their supporters and reporters and journalists do. They're deflecting because all of a sudden you got to throw out something about this right here. This needs our attention, not the nigga that we're making profits off, not the nigga that can easily be remedied. You feel me? And it's like how do you want to do your work when it comes to like homework and stuff like that, or when you have tasks? Shouldn't you do like the easiest things first, or you want to do the hard things first? Don't you want to get some of the easy things like out of the way? If not every easy thing, but don't you want to get like some of the easy things, especially things that are very important, out of the way? This is when you know that it serves their greater good, and not like this is when you know that it's their greed that supersedes the concerns and livelihood of others. And they want to put it on me where it's just like, oh, save yourself, save myself against a billion people. The thing that's made headway is when you're in a group, in a community, you you make more of an effect. But they want to say for me to save myself as a way to demean me. That's what it really is. Because like you've taken, society and such has taken so much things away, and then you try to throw it in my face, like, oh, just work on what you can is to save yourself. To honestly, to save myself would be a very violent way to harm certain people. But even then, I'm just one person. I'm just one person. Um, so and there's a lot of people that would be on the list. Not a lot, but there's a number of people that would be on a list in order to make that an effective situation. But definitely, it would have to cut the heads off the snake. But it's something that's easily could be remedied by politicians and one like that. But they don't want to do that because again, these are men that these are women that get to boss around men. These are women that get to be, pick me's. These are women that get to socialize with the celebrities and still think that it's okay to try to put me down. For whatever type of ego trips that they have and insecurities that they have. This is for the men who couldn't sleep with a woman unless, they try to bully me. So these are the men who have that arrogance and are threatened, deeply insecure. They have mommy issues. They have misdirected angst against anyone who's attractive or a black woman or just a pretty woman or a woman, period. And they want to have that totem to throw their anger at. Being mean to me because the bartender didn't smile at you at TGI Fridays. Being mean to me because your daughter told you shut up, dad, or something like that, or shut up, mom. Being mean to me because I don't know, your significant other is attracted to a pretty person, and it's all those things, all those things. You using me as a totem for your hate. It's misdirected. It's unwarranted. It's uncalled for, and it's unjust, and it's disgusting because it's not just I'm just not some regular person that that's on the internet, or it's not even. Again, it's inch and mile. You really abuse the situation. You really abuse the situation. And it's just like, yo, like you're really fucking it up for like the culture and for like other white people. It's just like, yo, I mean that's so fucking disgusting. Fucking on the truth. I'm like, do you know? It just makes it seem. I'm like, I'm sorry. Isn't it an insult if I call myself black? Because I mean, that's literally all I've been doing. I've been doing that for the moment, and I've been working. Ah, it's really sad. It's really sad. I can't. I seriously, man. And it's also weird when people are just like, oh, like, yo, she's crazy or whatever like that. I'm just like, no, I've literally been associating, like maybe if you would have, erased my history where I haven't been associating with celebrities in the past or people who are influential or mentioned before that I had people in political seats that are in my family. Maybe if you had erased that history, then it would have looked like I was crazy. But no, I've mentioned these things. I've taken pictures of people and me being invited to special movie openings and stuff like that before knowing that I was being voyeured, all that other kind of shit. So it's not far left or far out there for me to be like, oh, who's this woman? She's just whoever this nameless person that's never been that's never had opportunities. I'm like, no, I've had opportunities. I've had invites. I've been to certain places. I've been to certain things and it's there here and a third. So it's not too far out there for if a celebrity or somebody like that happens to want to passively triangulate information or shade me. It's not that far left. It's not that far left. It's been a long time since I've had those invites and this that here and the third, but it's not it's not a fantasy or illusion if any of those people happens if any of those moments have happened or occurred. Excuse me. I'm thinking of two different things 'cause I seriously feel the eye. I know that there are eyes on me always, but I feel the eyes of my freaking cat. His fuzz eyes. Oh my gosh. All right, it's 3 o'clock now. I think I might just go ahead and take like another nappy, um, another nap. But this is something I wanted to put down there onto the internet because I'm either gonna make this a voiceover or I'm gonna use it for future videos so I can do a better voiceover. It's just an idea. So instead of it's crazy that people have been using it as an excuse. Oh yeah, like the government or the FBI, the CIA is going to be like, apprehending the people who have been involved. I'm like, you have 10 years, over 10 years of doing this. These people still get their paychecks for, being recorded because they're being recorded. I'm being voyeured. I'm being 24-hour surveillance. My rights and stuff like that have been taken away um, by the government and military. Oh yeah, and also I'm not a whistleblower because I'm not a whistleblower for the military because whistleblower means that you have to work there, and I had never worked for the military. I've Hmm. I am a tattletale. Well, excuse me, I thought of myself before as a tattletale. Um, because I spoke on somebody who was in the Navy who raped me, and that's what I. So whistleblower was a wrong term to use, and I wouldn't even say tattletale. It's just like because it was so frowned upon. It was a victim of rape. So I'm literally just a woman that was speaking out against it and speaking out about it. It blows my mind how people are able to talk about like how they were inspired to cut off their own toxic people, but then be toxic to me. It took it took me until this year to be like, okay, look, I really do need to just, put my own needs. Um, I mean, I not put my own needs before others because it was once I started cutting off people, and like last year I cut off like the last remaining people I was had a connection with. And that was actually a good thing. That was like a good moment for me because things became more lighter in a sense. But it was like, okay, like people are still doing things in the background into my face. Like this whole world right now is synthetic. And some people can get along and do that shit where like, they'll be okay with it. Like they'll be okay with living in a fucking synthetic world. But when you live in a synthetic world, you also get like moments to yourself where you get to think in peace. You get to think in private. It's not being scrupulatized. It's not being micromanaged and broken apart. Shit's wild. I can literally think of, oh, let me go exercise one day and then be like, okay, no, I don't want to exercise. And it will literally be taken apart. And you're just like, oh, well, it's whatever because everybody goes through this. No, everybody doesn't go through this. Everybody doesn't go through the extremities of this. It's like saying, oh, everybody has a job. No, everybody doesn't have a job. Every it's I'm a black person. I can tell you about. All right, this is a white person. This is a non-black person, and this is a black person. These people work at the same job. This is a person who's telling you how hard it is to work in the same field, same position as this person. But this person would dismiss this person's opinion because they're like, oh, well, we all work. You feel me? Like we all do the same type of duties. No, this person right here is doing black tax. This person right here has to look in a certain type of way. This person right here has natural hair that needs to look in a presentable and distinguished, look in a certain type of way. And I'm not talking about my job. I'm talking about like in a lot of jobs, in a lot of corporate areas. Sorry, this is sorry. Like, what is that? This is hold on. I mixed this up. Just a lot of like what is this thing? The wick. The wick had burned. But still, like this is was gonna say something mean. Um, like this is the cancer that's really infecting their dark heart. So um, this is yeah. So it's not like this is the treatment that I've been getting. Hi, baby. They make the cutest little sounds. Hey, baby. Hi. Come here. Give me a second. Give me a second. Yeah. Hi. Hi, baby. Hi. Show them your eyes. Oh, Sebastian. Sebastian. Come on. Show them your eyes. Show them the peepers. Come on. Hey. Yeah. Yeah. Come on, baby. Okay. Let's see something for a minute. Oh. Okay, this is awkward. All right, hold on. Let me. All right, that's a really long video. I apologize. It's just like, my goodness. Yeah, I see you. I see you. All right, guys, I'm gonna go, but it's just some things that was on my mind. So, as I discuss my situation, by people that are still being unaccountable and participating in this ridiculousness, um, that goes for celebrities and yeah, that goes for celebrities and influencers and politicians and other people with power and just regular people. Like, you should really be ashamed of yourselves. Like, this is just disgusting and gross. Like, it doesn't make any sense, man. It's like you are failures to your own ancestors. You literally repeated the same things that they were oppressed about, and then you do performative shit by saying, like, by pretending to actually be humanitarians and care about other people, but you don't. It's performative. Like they've done it. They've done it back in the day with churches. Hitler did it when he adopted that one Jewish little girl. Like it's all performative. It's all performative, and we see right through it. Like yo, I had I did a screenshot, not a screenshot. I posted a picture of Hitler next to a little Jewish girl, and the girl calls him Uncle Hitler, and he takes pictures and he really adores this little Jewish girl. But then he has a whole fucking concentration camp, and it's literally during that fucking time that he's that Hitler, like he's that's just insane. He's performing a genocide. So it's performative whenever I see people start retweeting and quoting and having, I'm gonna do this, this charity, and I'm going to, please send money to so and so and this right here because I have a good heart, but you're being really corrupt for no reason towards somebody who for no reason and unwarranted. So that's insane. That is insane. It's like saying, oh, like just think of like all the homicidal serial killers. Homicidal serial killers. I mean, duh. Just think of all the serial killers or murders and this, that, and the third that have a family, but are harming and hurting and murdering other people. So it's just like it's that same type of behavior. You feel me? Like it's just very it's either performative and or it's just a huge disconnect. And I think it's both actually. All right, again, that's where I didn't know I was gonna get Chantilly's. Well, I didn't know I was going to have my first cat as a not first cat, but I didn't know that Leela was a Chantilly. I was like, oh, look at this little fluffy little black cat. Maybe it's a Maine Coon. But no, this she's a Scorpio, so she embodies all the Scorpio Leo placements I have ever seen in my life. But a whole other story. Whole other story. This is crazy. All right, I don't know what's gonna happen. Obviously, of my future, I'm literally winging it. Okay, I am the first of my kind that is being that's publicly, besides not something on media, but like I'm the first of my kind. That's first person to be in this situation. District 21. And District 12. It's so crazy because like District 12 is like, it's October 12th, but like my birthday is the 21st. Not of October, but it's like the 21st, and you turn it around and it's 12. District 12. Wait, oh my god, Katniss everything. At least Katniss had people, had family who still loved her and was just like really supportive and told her everything, and was just very transparent. And she had people who would tell her to her face. Yeah, to her face. I would like to shout out this really nice guy with the tough flower bag and the beautiful little eyes, with the little angel face. Two people were actually really cool, kind to me yesterday. I had dropped my juice and he helped me clean it up. So beautiful. I was thought I was like, oh, he has a very pretty face. Like, he's really cute. He looks like a little angel, like a little fairy angel. Just like so nice, like ethereal. Why am I talking like this? Oh god. I'm gonna get some coffee. But like, no, like he's really, really, really adorable. He's a sweetheart. Very nice. Pretty young man. A very pretty young man. Like I'm not saying it like in a very like in a like a doe-eyed sexual kind of way. Like I'm not saying that from me to him. I'm just saying as a person who likes aesthetics, like, oh, this guy is like he is an angel inside and out. He was very pretty and very nice inside out. He was very nice. I had dropped my beverage, and unfortunately, it was made out of a glass, which is actually very good for the environment. But but he helped me clean it up, and I was like, oh, what a day! And then later on, this barista he gave me a coffee for free, and that was really nice. And I just I cheered up. So it's hard. Just being the only person. It's so crazy. It's being the only person in the world. It's just really crazy. I'm gonna have a lot of time. I'm gonna stay awake. Stay awake. Do my nails. Have a latte and and So yeah. Okay, I think I might go to sleep. Oh my gosh, I tuckered myself out. All right, everybody. I don't know how much you guys have all listened to, but I needed this out here for me. In fact, that's how I have to move for a lot of the things. I'm just doing I'm doing what's best for me. I've always moved in accordance to like what's best for me, but also in the back of my mind of like what's good for all. Like what's like I move in accordance of like what's good for me should be what's good for everyone. But I'm more into what's good for me and my well being and my safety because people have taken it too far to the point where they're literally making fun of doing those dangerous things to me and thinking it's okay to do it to me, inch and mile situations, they'll be okay with doing it to other people offline. Pardon me, okay, here. The people that they know, or people that they have an issue with. It could be somebody who they, it could be somebody who they have an issue with, who probably doesn't even have an issue with them. Like, it's probably like a misunderstanding or something. That shit's wild. So, yeah. All right. Here we go. For anyone in my situation, dear God, like that's privately my situation, I do for any of these innocent fools, not fools, but just like for any of these innocent people, I just I wish you luck. I really do, because this shit is really wild. I do do something. I do something. Some things have already played out that I've already foresaw, but it was just like, yeah, I really like this is insanity, and if we keep giving this a green light, it's gonna start affecting more and more and more of us. But all I can do is just like I pray over the lives of those people who are literally going to be affected and have already been affected because this shit is just. Mm, yeah. My empathy is kicking in because when that happens, chills, and the fact that I get tired, it's crazy. Okay, good night and good morning.